here. You're ready. Welcome to my world.
And welcome back, guys. This is ImGhostofSparta. I have a great, fantastic video for you guys on how is it to become a collector, or how to become a collector, or what does it take to become a collector. So guys, please don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to smash that bell icon so that way you guys won't miss fantastic reviews from me. So that way, you know, you're always getting the next new video coming up from me, ImGhostofSparta. So back to the video of me talking about, you know, what does it take to become a collector. I just want to go over a little bit of a story of how I became a collector, so that way you could draw some, you know, inspiration from it. You want to draw some inspiration from those facts. So in the early 90s, when I was a kid, you know, my parents would buy me toys. They all came on blister packs. You know, you're gonna see me say terminology. I'll try to leave like in the description, you know, what each one means, so that way you know, because you're gonna hear this a lot. You hear it a lot when it comes to like those shows on TV when they see action figures. You know, you're gonna hear blister packs, or MIB, or NIB, or a case, or 1 per case, 2 per case, you know, things like that. So I'll try to, anytime I say something, I'll leave a little pop-up or something like that. Also look for the little cards that come up on the right hand side right here, or the left hand. I can't remember which one it pops up on, you know, because I'll have other videos, you know, that you guys can watch from my reviews that I do of action figures. So back to the story. Like I said, in the early 90s, the blister packs came, you know, with a nice little cardboard on it that had a list of all the figures that came in the series. Now the series is, you know, the set that came through, there'll be like 12 figures, 10 figures, 5 figures, whatever the company decided from, you know, the big manufacturers that were there in the 90s. And back then it was Power Rangers was a big thing for me, and I was a huge fan. I mean, as you can see in the back of me, there's Power Ranger collectibles that I still collect to this day, because, you know, they had a big impact on me. I mean, I like being the good guy. So these blister packs, they would have a set little illustrations on the back of the next set, or figures that were coming out, or the ones that were to complete that set. So I would want to complete the set for some odd reason. I mean, obviously, as being a Power Ranger fan, I wanted to collect all 5 of the Rangers because their weapons all came together, and the little flip heads and all that good stuff. So that's when I decided, at a very young age, I wanted to become a collector. I want to try to collect as much as I can, and I wasn't like trying to keep a mint in package or mint in box. I wanted to display them, I wanted to play with them, but I wanted to have the complete set. So I mean, to be able to start a collection, all you would have to do is pick something that you're really motivated by, or you have inspiration with. It could be a cartoon, it could be a book, it could be you know, anything, a movie, any kind of genre, comic books, you know, graphic novels, anything. You know, I chose Power Rangers, I choose Dragon Ball Z, you know, or I choose Ninja Turtles, those kinds of things, or video games. Even video games is a good thing to collect. I mean, you can see some of my openings that I have. I'll put a card up that I had done video game collections because I'm a big video game fan. So with that being said, like, being a collector is not that hard. It is expensive depending on how far back you want to go. I mean, if you find a collection that's barely starting out and you want to collect it, you know, go for it. Try to collect it. You know, collecting, there is a gain to it, like a positive gain to it, but by, you know, filling, you know, the collection you want and be able to complete it all. But as for, like, you know, let's say you want to go back and collect like the original Playmate toys, Ninja Turtles from the 80s, like those things are expensive. You're talking about maybe a couple $100 a figure. So I mean, there is some positive and negative to collecting. I mean, like I said, if you get a figure from that's starting out now, that's, you know, $20 retail, $15 retail, or even $100 retail because it's new, or depending on how big it is or what brand, or if it's an import, you know, you'll be in a little bit more of luck because the figure hasn't caught on to like the hype. It doesn't have, it's like stocks, you know, you buy this figure, you hold on to it, and within time it becomes more valuable. And that's why a lot of people collect, is not because of their own personal, you know, completion of the project or the collection. Some of them do it because they want to make money off of it, and that's where people like us, who just want to collect, just to own the collection, to have it, display it, you know, have other people see it, you know, have like a conversation piece with it. Those types of things, you know, it makes it harder for us because, you know, the people out there that want to buy them and sell them for a crazy amount of profit are the ones that kind of hurt us trying to do it. But, you know, because we love it so much, and because now as we're not kids anymore, anymore, we're able to buy those figures, and it doesn't matter because we all have jobs, stable jobs, and things like that. So a couple of places that you could go to, I want to talk about like buying figures, or where could you buy them. I mean, the thrill of any kind of collection is hunting for the figure. That's like my main thing I can tell you, is hunting for the figure. So I mean, there's a lot of different places you can go. You could get it online, you could go to Targets, Walmarts, specialty shops, malls. Those are all things that you could use to be able to find the figures you're looking for, and you end up developing great relationships with people when you do that, because of the amount of people you have to come in contact with, just plain and simple. I mean, you go to like a swap meet, find a guy that has like a figure you're looking for, talk to him, ask him where he got it, how long has he had it, why did he have it, what made him start, and you guys start talking about it, and you guys come out, find out that you have a lot of similarities together. So then you end up developing a relationship, and then he'll look out for you when it comes to like trying to find other figures. There's times when I go out hunting for figures, like at Target or Walmart, I find like a store clerk, and I ask him, hey, do they have a fresh case in the back, and so that way I can pick and choose which figure I'm missing from the set, or I'll pick up the whole case, with the domestic figures like Marvel Legends and the Power Ranger Lightning collection. Those come in cases just like any other figure, and so sometimes in a case there could be 12 figures, it could be 6 figures, depending on how many figures are in the set, and some of them they'll double up. Like a case will be 12 figures, but like 4 of the figures are 2 of the same figure, or 3 of the same figure, and then there's only 1 of each of the other ones, and then you'll have the ones that are hard to find, or the chase figures as they're known, because you're kind of going back and forth looking for these figures because everybody wants them, and there's only 1 per case that was shipped out. So those are things that you got to look out for. So I would talk to store clerks, I would talk to stocking dudes, I would even talk to the truck drivers to find out when will these shipments come in, so that way I can be the first one to grab it. And then there's also places like swap meets, like I mentioned before. There's collector swap meets. There's a place called Frankensons out in the City of Industry. They have a great collectible market there. I mean, from anything you could think of, from playing cards to action figures to videos to memorabilia, anything you're looking for, they're gonna have it. Domestic, imported. When I say domestic and import, domestic's here in the United States, stuff that's made in America, and then there's the imported figures like SH Figure Arts, what else? SH Monster Arts, which is the same company, Bandai Japan. You're looking at Figma, that's also an imported figure. Those types of brands that basically come from Japan. I mean, they do have somewhat of a small market here, but it's very limited. Like, to be able to get those figures, it's either you have to go through a distributor that's online, go to Frankensons is a place where they would actually have it and you can buy it from them. So it's very limited on where you can get these figures when it's an import. When it's domestic, they're everywhere. Walmart, Target, Toys R Us, rest in peace. So yeah, that's what it comes to, those kinds of things. So starting a collection, for you as an individual, whoever's watching this, you would want to basically find a collection or find an item that you want and then grow it, and like I mentioned before, there's mint in box collectors. You're growing your collection. Basically there's rules that you have to follow with that in collecting. You don't have to follow these rules, but these are just guidelines that we use. But you know what, I'm gonna save the guidelines and rules for another video, so that way you guys can get all that. But let's talk about like mint in box collecting. Mint in box collecting is someone that buys a figure and they want the box to be super pristine, and that's where I am. That's the type of person I am. I'll go and look through 5 different figures that come in a box or come in a case, and I want to see if I can find the one that doesn't have bashed up corners, where you flip up the lid is not been tampered with, the tape is nice and sealed, if it has a window box on the figure, it's clear, it doesn't have any, it's not crinkled or messed up or cracked, the box doesn't have any scratches or dents or holes. Those are things that collectors as myself look for, because I want to display the figure either open in the box, or if I want to take it out, I usually take everything out of the box very, very carefully, and I put the box away and I put the figure back in the box if I plan on moving, or if I need to move my collection, so that way I don't damage the value to me of the figure. I mean, the figure has value regardless with that, but like I said, to start a collection, pick something you want, you know, and try to complete it. If it's one, try to find like one item and just try to complete that one item and then grow upon that. You know, if it's a pop figure, which are, you know, big and popular right now, or if you want to try to do Marvel Legends, or if you want to do the Power Rangers Lightning collection, or if you want to try to find like the SH Figure Arts Ninja Turtles, you know, there's a lot of options out there to be able to start a collection. It could even be Hot Wheels. My uncle, who kind of showed me the value of collecting, is, you know, was a big Hot Wheels fan, and I think he still is now, you know. So his collection was super extreme. I mean, he had tote buckets 4, 5, 6, you know, and this was early 90s. He had Hot Wheels when they first started. He even had Matchboxes, you know, they came out pristine in their box, and he had like mystery Hot Wheels. It was nuts. It was a crazy collection. And, you know, with that on top of, you know, me trying to collect my Power Rangers, kind of showed me the value of collecting. You know, these are, I want to say the word relics, but I mean, you hold on to these things, you know, and you see it on TV where people have like these massive collections of toys from the early 50s, 60s, 20s, and, you know, you see the times that how toys have evolved from then. So, you know, back to what I was saying is that if you want to start a collection, it's super easy to do it. You know, I don't want to say it's not easy, but it's not hard either. I mean, you just want to be able to have time to go look for what you're looking for. You want to be able to afford what you're looking for. I mean, it could, like I said, it could even be Blu-rays, VHSs, Betamaxes. It could be VHSs, if I think I already mentioned that already. You know, it doesn't have to be a toy to start a collection. I mean, there's baseball collectors, baseball cards, football cards, coins. I mean, so many options when it comes to collecting that you can choose from. So, I mean, to start one is not hard. Just get out there, write it down, figure it out on which collection you want to start and complete it. That's the object, is to complete the collection. Find out, focus on it, and complete it. Don't try to jump around because you see a lot of different genres that you want to put your hands into. Try to complete that collection and then work on the next thing, because if you don't and you start jumping around, it's going to be a lot harder to kind of catch up. Then you'll fall behind, prices will go up and things like that. So like for more information on where to buy these figures, you'd have to Google them. I mean, I'll leave some descriptions of places where I go. I'm in the greater Los Angeles area, so there's a limited amount of places that I can go, but doesn't necessarily mean they're not out there. So thank you guys for watching. I hope this video was very informative for you guys. Please like this, hit that like button so we can get at least 100 likes out of this, and I can keep making this great content for you guys. You know, the content that I try to provide is enough to give you guys information for. You know, I do the reviews to see if these figures are worth being in your collection, you know, and there's been a few bombers, there's been a few ones that are just super fantastic, but let's get this video to 100 likes. Let's go with, you know, a bunch of subscribers, and hit that bell icon. You want that bell icon so that way you'll get notified when a new video of mine uploads. I try to do my videos uploading at least, you know, once a week. I do Saturday or Sunday or sometime in the weekend. Maybe sometimes if I get busy, I'll do it on Monday, but I do try to keep a schedule of once a week. You know, I have a full-time job that takes a lot of hours out of me, and I can try my best to try to get videos up at least once a week. So if you guys keep helping me by supporting me, by hitting the like button, commenting, you know, figures that you want to talk about or figures you're looking for, you know, comment, you know, all those things help, so that way I can keep, you know, giving you guys giving you guys this content that you guys are looking for. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and guys, keep on collecting.